Hello there, Commonwealth from here. The lore of the Master Sword has once again changed, demonstrating how the Blade of Evil's Bane is the true star of every 3D Zelda title set in Hyrule. The weapon that canonically crushes Ganon's royal aspirations time and time again when wielded by its keeper, Link. At the same time, Age of Imprisonment goes even deeper into the vulnerability of the blade. All after Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom broke the convention of the unbreakable sword and introduced the weakness of Link's most trusty companion, or more specifically, the spirit within the blade. Fi. Introduced in Skyward Sword in 2011 by the then new director of 3D Zelda, Hidemaro Fujibayashi, Fi has since made her presence clear in key moments of the modern canon trilogy. In official timeline order, Age of Imprisonment, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. With that said, the Master Sword's position in Age is a very different one, as throughout the game, only a shard of the tip of the broken Master Sword is present. In fact, that is the case from the opening cutscene all the way to the conclusion of the imprisoning war. Alone it would be useless, but thanks to Fi calling out to the Korok Kalamo, and then being placed as the source of power of one of the free-willed Zonai warrior constructs, with a mind of its own, it became the ultimate weapon to battle evil and darkness in the distant past. In fact, that is exactly what this construct does as soon as it catches eye of its first shades. Key to this though is that the construct the shard inhabits has a will of its own, but it can be influenced and controlled by either good or evil. It is this omnipotent nature that made it such a threat and the ultimate cause to the downfall of the Sky Zonai when they lost their heavenly harmony due to infighting. When controlled by good, it will go after evil. Well, the Master Sword, even a single broken shard of it, is the ultimate force of good. Add to that, imbued with the memories or will of its wielder, the spirit of the hero, Link. At the same time, both the shard of the sword and the construct powered by it follow the great example set by the master. Do the right thing, no matter the danger. This is first seen when Adi is saved from being killed upon showing hesitance to Chief Ganondorf and his assassins Kouma and Kotake, several months before the start of the imprisoning war. As the combined Master Sword shard and the warrior construct have a mind of their own and seek out evil, while Kalamo would rather not. But this changes as the Gerudo Spear enters the picture. In a way, the spear becomes a metaphor of Kalamo's transformation from a mere cowardly Korok, focusing only on putting down roots, to an actual warrior. In a way, the Master Sword inspires the characters around them, and naturally, this ties closely to how the construct behaves like Link, to the point that one of his sync strikes with Princess Zelda is a one-to-one recreation to the turning point, or if you prefer, when Zelink started in Gerudo Desert with the Yiga clan. But back to the construct, as its intervention in Dark Gerudo Justice, or magic if you prefer, had consequences. Namely Kouma and Kotake witnessing the Zonai weapon and reporting to Ganondorf about said technology, hence becoming a part of his plan upon entering Hyrule Castle, setting his target both on the construct and a secret stone. Naturally, if it wasn't for Mineru's and Zelda's second trip to the Stay Away Forbidden facility, his assassin wouldn't have the location which Ganondorf could send his puppet Zelda to enter. That is right, the Master Sword Shard is the reason why we have Gloom Zelda in the first place. And her efficiency in getting the job done is why he brings her back in the distant future. This is seriously awesome story writing around the Master Sword. And what does Ganondorf command his puppet to do? Spread his gloom into one of the constructs to create a counterpart that will do his bidding. And when the Master Sword construct saves life worth saving, the Forbidden construct stops Rauru from saving Sonia, and then does worse. Duality, or the Zonai dragons again, only this time it is their technology, or more precisely most advanced weaponry. And the duality goes far beyond just having a construct of light and dark, since both in effect recruit two of the sages, which initially were not going to fight with King Rauru. Adi, being saved by the Master Sword construct, eventually leads her to team up with the King of Light, and receiving the final Sacred Beast Envoy Mask, Secret Stone, and Sage Root, while the Forbidden construct kills the Zora King, leading Princess Kia to become Queen Kia, inheriting as approved by Rauru the sacred beast envoy mask of her father, and later receiving a secret stone and sage root. The Master Sword Shard doesn't cause the start of the imprisoning war. That is still Ganondorf's doing, as he doesn't know about the construct when he sets his eye on the secret stones. Plus, his puppet Zelda gets exposed and he needs to bring out his own fist. What is the case though is that the Master Sword construct is what makes the outcome we end up with possible, as he, after becoming the savior of Adi, saves the royal forces by chasing away Grimgera and allows them to reach Tanagar Canyon Temple. He then, together with now warrior Kalamo, aids the Rito and the Gorons before even meeting Rauru. And what does he do next? Joining the battle in Gerudo Desert and bringing the Gerudo and Hylians once and for all together. He is the reason why Adi becomes chief, and with Zelda pointing out that it is a shard of the Master Sword, or the closest to Link they will ever get in the distant past, Rauru finally recognizes what stands before him: the perfect past Zonai and future Divine Sword combination. Hand in hand, just like he just did with the Gerudo Chief. An unexpected ally, but which becomes one of the greatest blades in the upcoming battles. Right here is why Rauru accepts the request of Kalamo of knighting the construct, though the king takes it a step further as he correctly sees Kalamo and the construct as one team, hence granting the knight garments to both of them. The Knight construct immediately demonstrates his loyalty by defending the newly formed coalition from the Forbidden Construct, demonstrating the duality of the constructs to the King of Light through combat. Right here is where Rauru finally understands that nearly every weapon can be used for good or evil. Fortunately, the Knight construct was the vessel of the Master Sword, or Sacred Light, incorruptible, and a pure manifestation of good. An asset that then would take out the main defensive line of Ganondorf's in the depths, surface, and sky. In particular, the battle against Grim-Gibdo in the torch by the Forbidden Construct, Great Hyrule Forest, which is personal for Kalamo, but also for the Knight construct. Both through their partnership, but also based on how special Great Hyrule Forest is for the Master Sword Shard, as it was restored at least twice here, before it time traveled to the distant past. Either way, by trusting his knight, it is ultimately possible for Rauru to ambush the Great Plateau and Hyrule Castle. And in the end, the only failure of the construct is not cutting down Ganondorf there and then. Though this setback at the Great Plateau is redeemed as the Master Sword construct takes the brunt of the majority of Ganondorf's army and Grim-Gibdo. Exactly what a hero will do. Yes, it wears and brings him down to the breaking point, as Grim-Gibdo in its last act targets Kalamo. But instead of taking down the Korok, it instead hits the Master Sword Shard, after yet another heroic act by the construct, or more precisely, the Master Sword Shard. And this is the interesting part, since the Knight construct, or the Master Sword construct, never finds out that Kalamo isn't a great Deku Tree, which kept it safe for 100 years, and then again before the disaster underneath Hyrule Castle, and who knows how long before Link pulled the Master Sword for the first time at the age of 12. Since the final duality of the Master Sword Shard Knight construct versus Gloom Forbidden construct is the act of poetry. Link and the Knight construct, replicating when Link was on the ground with the damaged Master Sword as the corrupted Guardian Stalker closed in. Here, Zelda shielded him, exactly what Kalamo tries to do to protect its friend and a fellow knight in arms. The only difference is that instead of Zelda's awakening and Link's near death and Fi's signaling afterwards, the Master Sword Shard raises up and gets ready for the final battles. Starting in Hyrule Field, then taking off to the sky, and finally bringing a crash landing equivalent to the final fall of Link and Zelda in Tears of the Kingdom. It is poetry, it truly rhymes. But the final stage of Kalamo and the Vessel of Light versus Vessel of Darkness is what brings it to the end, or full circle if you will, unleashing an attack that forces the Knight construct to pull its final move at the same moment as the king he is serving, the Hand of Light by Rauru, and the Echo Ghost or manifestation of the Master Sword by the Vessel of Light, both sealing the deal on the surface and in the depths. A dual sacrifice which results in yet another dual sacrifice. Kalamo, upon attempting to hold hands one last time, putting down roots with the Gerudo Spear, did not become the great Deku Tree that the shard knew so well, but rather the ancient tree, the later ancient tree stump, which was also confirmed by Zelda in Zelda News. While Zelda, who survives Rauru, makes a decision of a time-based sacrifice upon the arrival of what else but the rest of the decayed Master Sword, which went skyward with Link before time traveling to Princess Zelda. She then heals it as the Light Dragon with the Triforce of Light and her secret Stone of Time. Also that Link can finish it all by planting the tip of the restored shard into the stolen secret stone of Demon King Ganondorf turned Demon Dragon. Light conquering darkness, and Zelda as a result being recalled back by the spirits of King Rauru and Queen Sonia through Link. The Master Sword seals the deal and returns safely to the surface with Link as he begins a new life with Princess Zelda, but also with the new sages from the Oath on Great Sky Island. A full circle of distant past and distant future for both Zelda and the Master Sword. The time-traveling duality in Tears of the Kingdom, just like Link and the Master Sword healed for 100 years in Breath the Wild. And that is really it. The conclusion to this canon era and lore of the Master Sword. But what do you think of the new Master Sword lore? Sound off in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell. Last, a big thanks to you for watching and to all our patreon.com/commonrealm patrons, with special shoutouts to role producer Jonathan and heroes Cheryl, Garrett Hoy, Holly Wolf and Kintaro. You all rock and please enjoy these awesome videos.